touch me with your fingertips. I'm Mr. Lucky when you hold me tight. I'm Mr. Lucky when we kiss goodnight. Baby, call me Mr. Lucky, and I thank my stars above. You can call me Mr. Lucky, 'cause I'm lucky in love. Call me Mr. Lucky, and I thank my stars above. You can call me Mr. Lucky, 'cause I'm lucky in love. Call me Mr. Lucky in love. Call me Mr. Lucky in love. You know that's right. Baby, 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 baby.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? What's hot? What's hip? What's happening? What's shaking on your hump day? And of course, we here at the Tom Gully Show hope that you are receiving the full, total, and complete amount of hump that you so desperately crave and you so rightfully deserve. And where's my settings here? Tonight, we're going to talk about blue jeans because somebody asked me to yesterday on a dare. Dang Lizard says, have a great show. Thanks for dropping in. Doc Dorn says, there he is, the one and the only original Stone Green host, Tom Gully. Yeah. Dang Lizard, man, he's hit and running it. He's just like, yeah, okay. Now, I've sampled this before. I want no part of this. I thought maybe it would have gotten better. It's not better. Toby McGrovey. We haven't seen him in a while. Or her. I don't know. You going to gum? You going to gum? You going to gum? Where you going to gum? Hey, Paul. Are you going to go? Anyway. Jean 1313's here, and we always enjoy seeing her. We always enjoy Jean 1313. Hey, by the way, like, share, subscribe, notification bell, retweet, Pony Express, whatever. Do all those free things you can do so that we may appease the almighty algorithm, the algorithm that serves us all as the master of all things good and sweet and glorious in the world. Anyway, so... And then also, we have super chats and memberships. You may, if you wish, avail yourself of a membership, or perhaps you have $2 that isn't doing anything special. You can do that. Our goal, we do have one every evening, regardless of what some people might tell you, is any amount of money. Any. But please turn on your gifted memberships. It tells how to at the crawl at the bottom of the screen. Okay, all that crap's over with. And let me tell you something. There you go. Hey to all in here tonight. We do have the most cheerful chat room on the internet. It's verified by independent sources. But I spent the day today kind of, you get that straightened out, watching... That's just going to disappear, and I don't care anymore. I spent the rest of the day, not the rest of the day, part of the day today, up on my computer screen, right? While I'm working, I always have something going from YouTube in the corner with the little pop-up window. And Any amount starting at 5 schmackers. It could be 2 schmackers. I don't know. Toby McGroby became a YouTube member. I did not realize you were not a member, Toby, and I hope that you got a free one. You should gift yourself a membership. Hail, Gene, and gifted 1 new membership. Well, so I've been watching a lot of these documentaries. Facebook stars are a fun way. Well, Aku, I guess there's no reason for me to not turn them on. I qualify for them. They keep sending me things, but I don't know. It just seems like an extra. I don't know. Maybe someday. So anyway, like I was saying, oh, you were mocking SJ. Facebook stars are a way for you to support the show and earn me money. Or whatever. Some weird, some very weird wording. Welcome to the club, Toby. Somebody will contact you shortly for your jacket size. It's funny, Doctor. Toby, paying it forward. RTC gifted me one last time. Yeah, you're a good man. There's the ding lizard. Just meant good luck doing a show about jeans. I'll be listening. It's just very, very late over here. So have a great show, mate. All right? We will do that. Ding lizard, I see you all the time in many of the other shows, and you're hilarious. So thank you for dropping by, and thank you for the 5, looks to be euros. So this behind me, Ding Lizard, just to show you how fascinating this show is going to be, that is a super close-up of denim, of like jeans. If you took your jeans and you magnified them a certain, I don't know, that maybe, what does that look like? 100 times, 1,000 times, some. That's what it'd look like. Wake the kids, phone the neighbors. Hungus Mungus says, greetings, heretics. Greetings. Sven Dunkel. Greetings. Where was I? Oh, yes. Yeah, so I've been watching these climbing Everest and K2. They even have like mountains that aren't that high, like half as tall as, say, Everest or whatever. And you don't even have to know how to mountain climb. It's just literally a hike the whole way up the damn thing. Now, it gets super steep in spots and things like that, but you don't have to know how to mountain climb. And the recent ones I've been watching, they're all shot in super high definition on like GoPros. So they're not like the other ones where somebody takes a picture of them or the side of them. These are ones where these people are looking up, and it's on their little helmety thing right in the front, just like this. Now, contrary to popular belief, they don't actually hold the camera this way because that would be cumbersome. And then they look down. They are on a sheer face of rock. And you can look down 7,000 feet or something. I mean, so let's retrace what I was talking about yesterday. Hey, boss, I need 3 to 4 months off because I want to climb Mount Everest. Or even, hey, wife, or hey, myself, I'm not going to be working for the next half a year or whatever, 4 or 5 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, whatever it is, at all. So before I do anything, I have saved enough money to survive all of my worldly expenses for 3 or 4 or 5 months there. So I've done that. Now, I have to come up with at least $15,000 for a permit to climb Mount Everest. I have to get all the travel to go over there, all the equipment is on me. And believe me, this equipment ain't cheap. You know, you're looking at tens of thousands of dollars in gear. Then I got to go over there. Oh, incidentally, and I also have to buy all my food and all the other supplies that I'll need, like bottled oxygen and all that other stuff. And paying of the Sherpas, that could cost as much as $1 a day. Seriously, those Sherpas don't make any money. So then you got to climb up to, and before you do all this, you have to have trained on how to be a mountain climber. And then you got to go up to the base camp and just hang out for a couple weeks to acclimatize. And I'm sure they have little stoves there, and it's not super cold, but it's cold. And there ain't no showers up there. And so, you know, and everybody, when you see these videos, their hair's always matted, and they're always like they just crawled out of their sleep. It's about, let's see, 5:30 in the morning here at base camp, and she's making some pancakes. That's all they eat is pancakes. So, I got kind of a cold. They have kind of a cold the whole time they're up there because of the altitude sickness. And it's, okay. All right. Then you have about 4 other camps that you have to go to and acclimatize to. And each one of those you're staying in for 3 or 4 days and nights and -70 wind chill factor, 80 mile an hour wind. You're in a tent. And every time you acclimatize, then you go back down to base, or at least to the camp below yours, and then you just keep going up. And the higher you go, the more you're dying. You're actually dying slowly. Okay. Good times. Dang Lizard, shattering our goal tonight of any amount of money. Don't know how much 5 euros is. Let me see here. When Arsenal buys like a new goalkeeper, the euro amount is always less than the pound sterling, I think. So I think that would indicate to me that euros are worth more than British pounds, like one-on-one basis. I don't know. Greetings, says our good friend Sven Dunkel up there. The Doctorn, Hungus, hail say the Hungus Mungus is, didn't you just get over a stroke, dude? Salve. Yes, you'll need some salve on Mount Everest. Before I go any further, I want to once again put some good thoughts out for SG Fanboy. I haven't heard anything back. As many people mentioned, if he did check himself in somewhere, it's very conceivable that, they took away his phone and things. So I'll just keep thinking a good thought for SG. And I think I put his information in the show's chat yesterday if any of you guys want to reach out. So there you go. Toby McGroby says, good movies. I'm obsessed with YouTube videos on cave diving disasters. Me too, Toby McGroby. Wet or dry, it's fascinating how quickly a lifelong professional can go from a perfect dive to instantly doomed. Toby McGroby, we'll have to share some favorite names of pages for that. I've got a couple of them that I go to. I can't. Hey, that's why we did the Nutty Putty Cave show. Come on, please. Gene1315, not me. I hate to walk to the mailbox. I don't want to go on one of those things. I just. Sven Dunkel is very correct here. They use corpses as waypoints on Mount Everest. They do. and they nicknamed them. There was legendarily Green Boots, who is no longer there. Green Boots has either been surreptitiously removed from the mountain, which I highly doubt, because Green Boots is just mere feet from the summit. And people who get there are so exhausted, I don't think you could carry another body down. So you had Green Boots, and then there were other ones. There was Sleeping Beauty, whatever. It's kind of morbid. By the way, the cold up there preserves their bodies quite nicely. It's thank you, Dr. Aku says, dying on a mountain is a young man's demise. I don't know. I think it's pretty equal opportunity. Dang Lizard said, unassisted unaliving can be much cheaper than climbing Everest. No doubt. No doubt. Chef and the crew are in the house. Yeah. All right, guys. How you doing? They're making all that fancy food for them fancy people down there. So, Dang Lizard makes a good point. It is expensive to go up there. And a lot of the people that have gone up there have just been rich. And they weren't that good of a mountain climber. And either they died or other people died because of them. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Exactly. Nobody needs to spend tens of thousands to get your body. All right, Mongus. Why don't you just take that money and go to Vegas and die of having a good time, whatever it might be, Hungus said, yeah, my second stroke, but I was lucky like always. Well, good deal. I'm glad you're with us. We're going to maybe get you rehabbed a little bit. Hola, Randy. Hola, Randy. Hi, hail, Chef. Hey, Sven Dunkel never understood mountain climbing. It's kind of stupid in my opinion. Well, me too. And here's the thing. I really appreciate all those people going on all those mountains with all those GoPros, because it's like those nature shows when they have certain animals or a certain rainforest and it's in 4K and it's at the something max, what do they call it? The something max, daggone it. I went to the first theater that ever had it. Anyway, they do all the high-res stuff in IMAX. That's it. They do all that high-res stuff. I don't need to go. I'm like right in front of it right now. The legendary, the one and only, the often imitated, but never duplicated. Rumpled Trenchcoat is here, says Columbo Podcast. Hiya, folks. Hi. People saying hi. People saying hi. People saying hi. Rehab is for the weak. Rehab is for quitters. IMAX, yes. Doctrine says, I could take a GoPro with me next time I tour the bayou. Please do. I'll show it here on this show. We'll work something out. Born on the bayou. That would be your theme song if I worked at a radio station and you were a regular caller. I would play Born on the Bayou in the background. Oh, my God. We're so far past time for me to start opening up my thing here. Sorry. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention again to my show. All right, let me see here. Boom, jaga-laga. Boom, jaga-laga. Well, yeah. Everybody ready for this? I'm about to tell you about blue jeans. Yeah, I'll get back to your chat in a minute. All right, so let me just tell you a little about blue jeans. As most of you know, jeans are a type of trousers, and they're made from denim or dungaree cloth, which is pretty much the same thing. Blue jeans are another common name. And with the addition of a copper pocket rivet added by Jacob W. Davis in 1871, patented by Davis and by Levi Strauss on May the 20th, 1873. Prior to the patent, the term blue jeans had long been in use for various bluish garments. Originally, these pants, these jeans that we wear, were designed for miners, people that work in mines. I know what you're thinking. But modern jeans were popularized for casual wear by Marlon Brando and James Dean in the 1950s. And blue jeans were actually like a symbol of rebellion in the 1950s. You were kind of a badass in the 50s if you wore jeans, because jeans were working pants. Jeans were pants for super hard, like factory work and things like that. So when you started wearing them as fashion or as casual wear, it was kind of a statement. From about the 60s, jeans are common among youth subcultures. Nowadays, they are by far the most popular types of pants in all of Western culture. And you guys know the brands, don't you? Levi's, Wrangler, Lee. If your mom shopped from the Sears catalog when you were a kid, Tough Skins. Wow, that's good stuff. Okay, so they started making the fabric for jeans like back in the 1500s. They actually had that material. But it wasn't until the 17th century that they started, like working class people started to really use this fabric. Dungaree, for instance, was mentioned for the first time in the 17th century when it was referred to as a cheap, coarse, thick cotton cloth, often blue, sometimes white, worn by impoverished people because it lasted so long. It was so strong. The rivets are what made these pants jeans, though. The rivets, that's what did the deal. Now, Levi Strauss, as a young man in 1851, went from Germany. You guys need another jean picture here. Hey, the rivets. The rivets are what made them. Look at that. Look at that really cool. Anyway. Levi Strauss went from Germany to New York, joined his older brother who ran a goods store. So in 1853, 2 years later, he moved to San Francisco to open his own dry goods business. Jacob Davis was a tailor who often bought bolts of cloth from that dry goods store, which was known as Levi Strauss and Company. In 1872, Davis wrote to Levi Strauss, and he said, I want to partner with you to patent and sell clothing reinforced with rivets. The copper rivets were to reinforce the points of stress, such as the pocket corners and at the bottom of the button fly. Strauss said, I think this is a good idea. And the two men received U.S. patent number 139121 for improvement in fastening pocket openings on May the 20th of 1873. And they experimented with a lot of different fabrics. I could get into the fabrics. There was one called Cotton Duck. And they finally settled on denim. And there you go. Popular myth is that he initially sold brown canvas pants to miners, later dyed blue. That's not true. Initially, Strauss's jeans were simply sturdy trousers worn by factory workers, miners, farmers, cattlemen throughout the North American West. They were all out west. And that really was the case. When I was a child, I had a pair of blue jeans that when I was young, when I was a little kid, but those were those were called work clothes. I could never wear those to school. Now, other kids could that had hip parents, but my parents were like, you don't wear jeans to school. The only jeans I had really to wear to school were like a purple pair of tufts. They were not. So until I bought my own, I did not get to wear blue jeans to school until my sophomore year of high school. So you can imagine how popular I was wearing knit slacks. I think I had maybe a pair or two of corduroys. Anyway, now during that period, men's jeans had a fly in the front like they do now, but women's jeans had a fly down the left side. Not joking. When Levi Strauss and Company patented the modern mass-produced prototype in 1873, there were two pockets in the front and a patch pocket on the back right that was reinforced with those copper rivets. The small rivet watch pocket was added in the late 1870s. Now, in 1901, Levi Strauss added a back left pocket to the 501 model. This created the now familiar 5-pocket configuration with 2 large pockets and the small watch pocket, 2 in the rear. The popularity of what they called waist overalls as jeans, waist overalls, because they're kind of made of the same material, expanded during World War II. And by 1960, both men's and women's jeans had a zipper down the front. Historic photographs indicate that in the decades before they became a staple of fashion, jeans generally were to be quite loosely fit, very loosely fit, much like a pair of bib overalls without the bib. Indeed, until 1960, Levi Strauss called its flagship product waist overalls rather than jeans. Now, after James Dean popularized them in the movie Rebel Without a Cause, wearing jeans became a symbol of youth rebellion during the 1950s. And during the 1960s, wearing of jeans became more acceptable. By the 1970s, it had become general fashion in the United States for casual wear, except at my house. In Japan in 1977, a professor of Osaka University, Philip Carl Peda, chastised a female student for wearing jeans in the classroom. Then he was protested by the students, and a controversy arose in his whole country. Examples of intentionally distressing denim. You know what that is, right? Ripped jeans, faded jeans, bleached jeans, all of that. Yeah. Well, that started kind of early on, as early as 1935. There was a time where you couldn't buy jeans that were already faded. I'm not joking. You had to buy those jeans, and they made a product that would fade the jeans evenly, that had some combination of bleach and some other things. Then they started noticing people wanted them faded, so they started selling them faded. I would get both the faded and the non-faded, and I would bleach them. And I don't mean bleach them all over and turn them white. I mean, I would just dump bleach and it would splatter in whatever. And then I'd put water on the top of it and wash it without any soap. And my jeans would look all splatter, Jackson Pollock. Yeah, it was the punk rock thing. Don't worry about it. Let's see here. First retailer to wash a new pair of jeans to get a used worn effect, and the idea became a hit. That was in 1965. Limbo, that was the name of the boutique that first started distressing jeans, hired East Village artists to embellish the jeans with patches, decals, and other touches, and then sold them for $200. You believe this? And then they just go out and sell them. In the early 1980s, the denim industry introduced stonewashing. I remember that. So acceptance of jeans continued through the 80s and 90s. Originally a utilitarian garment, jeans became a common fashion choice in the second half of the 20th century. After the year 2000, Detail's men's style manual devoted a chapter to jeans, saying now that jeans have become more acceptable cocktail hour attire, you should probably own more than one pair. Calling Levi's 501s an icon from the moment they were introduced and the quintessential pair of jeans, the guidebook calls the standard straight leg design, classic clean cut American graffiti look. Now, here's the deal. I have had those button fly jeans, but I just can't wear them. There's just something, it just feels like old John Henry's going to pop out at any second. And, I can't have the button fly. I can't do it. Sorry. Had them, can't do them. Oh, and by the way, at the time that I had the button flies, got to word this very carefully. At the time that I had the button flies, I was involved in a committed interpersonal relationship where, to the point that, so that on occasion, a person other than me could conceivably have an interest in the digital manipulation of the fly. So the buttons take longer, and they're more difficult to operate than a zipper. I wasn't just thinking of myself, is what I'm trying to say. Let's see here. I could show you the chemical formulation for the blue indigo dye that they used. About 20,000 tons of indigo are used annually for this purpose, although only a few grams of the dye are required for each pair of jeans. Pre-shrinking. 1962, Levi Strauss introduced their own pre-shrunk jeans. Lee and Wrangler jeans had already been pre-shrunk for years. These did not shrink further after purchase, allowing the consumer to purchase a correctly fitting size. Those were the days when you actually had to try your clothes on. Pre-shrink is most common in jeans nowadays. These jeans were known as the 505 regular fit jeans. The 505s are almost identical to the 501s with the exception of the button fly. Levi Corporation also introduced a slim boot cut fit known as 517 and 527. The difference between the two is the 517 sits at the waistline and 527 sits below the waistline. Later, Levi's would develop other styles and fits such as the loose, slim, comfort, relaxed, skinny, and regular fit with a tapered leg. Ladies and gentlemen, there didn't used to be all these numbers. It used to be straight leg, boot leg, flare leg, red tag or orange tag. And so you could just go in straight leg, red tag, done. Now there's all these numbers. I don't even know which one I want. I think I want the 505. It's the one I used to. A significant amount of aesthetic treatment of jeans may occur after the jeans have been made. What I mean by that is they're washed to make them more soft, or they may be faded, the acid wash look, ripping or distressing jeans. That was all the rage for a while. Kind of cooler if all that stuff happens. Nice worn pair of jeans. There's a point at which a pair of jeans becomes perfect. Perfect. You can wear it anywhere. It's worn enough to look hip, but it's still in good enough shape that it doesn't look like. And you get past that point, and now that's just the perfect hang lounge pair. It's got a lifespan. Let's see here. There was a company selling embellished mid-rise boyfriend jeans for £600, $860 for a while. That's just, over time, dry denim will fade, which is considered fashionable in many circles. Now, during the process of wear, fading will usually occur on those parts of the jeans that receive the most stress. On a pair of jeans, that's usually the upper thighs, the ankle area, and the areas behind the knees. The pattern of fading in jeans caused by wear include honeycombs, and those are meshes of like faded line segments that form behind the knees, whiskers. And whiskers are faded streaks that form radially from the crotch area. Your jeans, as you know, do have, anyway, stacks. Those are irregular bands of fading above the ankles caused by the stacking or the bunching of the fabric near the ankle at the bottom where your shoe meets your jeans. And train tracks. And those are fading out along of the out seams due to abrasion. Distressed denim emerged from the punk movement in the 70s. Early punks tore apart consumer goods as an expression of their anger towards capitalism or corporate greed. I kind of disagree with that. Early punks had ripped up crappy clothes because they didn't have any money. They didn't have nothing. So punks deliberately use safety pins in garments to encourage the youth not to buy endless, meaningless fashion and to fund corporations. I could play you an actual clip from Johnny Rotten saying, people thought it was a fashion statement. No, my clothes were falling apart. I mean, it's like super to the point about, anyway, jeans were part of the grunge fashion deal. A typical pair of blue jeans uses like 919 gallons of water during its life cycle. And that includes the water that's used to irrigate the cotton crop to make the material to manufacture the jeans, and the numerous washes by the consumer. During production, the typical amount of washing with traditional washing machines reaches about 90 liters per jeans. Production of jeans with a used look can be more environmentally damaging than regular jeans, depending on how it's done. Sandblasting and treating with sandpaper the denim material before the jeans are made has the risk of causing silicosis to the workers. And in Turkey, more than 5,000 textile workers have been stricken with this disease. 46 have been known to have died. Although these jeans are pre-shrunk, they are still sensitive to light and can shrink a little bit more. This is amazing to me. Levi Strauss recommends avoiding washing your jeans as much as possible. The less you wash your jeans, the better your jeans become. That's from the director of special brands and projects at Levi Strauss. These and other suggestions to avoid washing your jeans have encountered some criticism. Our advice is to wash less often, but clearly you have to judge for yourself. Hot day, dirty job, wash your jeans, please. Cold day, office job, maybe twice, whatever. Oh, brother. I don't want to get into these legal cases here. I don't want to get into jeans fever. Let's see here. North America accounts for 39% of global purchases for jeans, followed by Western Europe at 20%, Japan and Korea at 10%, and the rest of the world at 31%. United States consumers spent more than $14 billion on jeans in 2004, $15 billion in 2005. U.S. consumers bought $13.8 billion in 2011. And $18.4 billion last year. In the Soviet Union, jeans are a symbol of the Western way of life. The jeans fever in the USSR started in 1957 during the World Festival of Youth and Students. According to a 1961 Soviet textile dictionary, jeans were initially referred to as workers' uniform. Oh, brother. The jeans brand Rokhotov and Feinberg is named after defendants who were executed for, wait for it, trafficking in jeans. Yeah, you get executed for trafficking in jeans, and your big reward is they name jeans after you. Oh, couple of things. First of all, like, share, subscribe, notification bell, retweet, all the free things. Serve the almighty algorithm. We would love it if you did that, man. You would be so cool if you did that. Seriously, everybody'd know. And then we have memberships and super chats if you'd like to do that. Our goal, which we've reached today, is any amount of money. We appreciate if you do that. But please turn on your gifted memberships. It tells how to at the bottom of the screen. I'd like to point out my collar today. This shirt, let me get where I can. This shirt is so damn old, I don't even know how old it is. This is league champs for Indy Indoor Sports. So I don't even know how old it is. I really don't. But look at the collar, John. Look at the collar. And the crease is kind of there. Anyway. Let's get out of this damn article that I wrote. Excuse me. Right. Although not outright banned, jeans were very difficult to have in the Soviet Union since they were seen as rebellion. The Soviet government resisted supplying the market with jeans. People went to great lengths, sometimes resorting to violence to get jeans, especially real Western-made jeans. It led to the creation of black markets and bootlegging of jeans, which has become an important cultural history element of the Soviet Union. So in 1914, teens were actually buying more fashion and athletic leisure wear from brands like Nike and Lululemon over denim from Abercrombie and Fitch. Activewear comprised 28% of teen apparel purchases, up from 8% in 2008. Nike, Lululemon, Under Armour, and Adidas were the most popular brands for athletic apparel among teen consumers. And so, as a result, Levi's sales have decreased from over $7 billion to $4.8 billion. There you go. And I think that's also probably because that athletic wear and stuff. Yeah, it's more casual and everything, but you don't need that many pairs of jeans, you know. And you can wear shorts and those casual pants and all that stuff all you want, anywhere, all the time. So that makes sense to me. Also, jeans last forever. That other crap tends to not last forever. All right. Here's some variations on the basic type of jean. The cigarette jean. That's super close to the thigh, but not that close at the calf. Cropped, that's where the leg is obviously a lesser length, somewhere above the ankle. Chicks wore those in 60s movies. Relaxed fit is just what it says. Skinny, worn to flatter the figure in the fashion of very close or tight fitting. Wide-legged or cropped variant, that's where the waist is up high, past the actual waist, and the material below the knee is way far away from the leg, and it's in a straight line. I rarely see these, and when I do, it's by a chick wearing really high boots with the jeans in them. Mom jeans have a high waist and are loose around the thighs. They're tapered from the top. Straight legs, that's the same width at the leg opening as they are at the bottom of the leg. And the straight leg does have a slightly baggy fit. Boyfriend jeans are low, mid-waist, with a baggy fit. Flared or bell-bottom, we all know what those are. High-waisted were popularized in the 70s, but they have seen a resurgence in recent years. High-waisted jeans are characterized by a high rise that sits above the belly button. They can be fitted, relaxed, loose-fitting, and they look stupid, I think. Low-rise jeans is, really made a comeback in the early 2000s because of Jennifer Lopez, Paris Hilton, Gwen Stefani, and Christina Aguilera. By 2021, online searches for Y2K fashion had risen by 193%. And this was a Y2K fashion, so they made a little bit of a comeback. Low-rise jeans usually come 2 to 3 inches or more below the navel. Pull your pants up. Come on, pull your pants up. That's all I got to say about jeans. I'm going to leave this tag up here because I like it, and I'm going to read your things. Oh, wow. A lot of stuff happened while I was gone. Let me get to these people that, see, Toby became a new member, and then he gifted, and then Dang busted out the euros. And now we have our friend, the lovely and talented Looney Tunes critic. Good to see you, Doc. $10. Thank you so much. That's so generous. We remember when jeans were casual and worker wear, but now you can wear them at the office or a 4-star restaurant. So when did jeans become acceptable in all social settings? This says the 70s, and I would say, man, by the late, certainly the 80s. Certainly the 80s. That's what I'd say. The legendary rumpled trench coat. Thank you again, Looney Tunes. The rumpled trench coat gives a membership for some lucky person out there. Please turn on your gifted memberships. Tell us how at crawl at the bottom of the screen. Goodness, as I came for the potluck, I bought a Snickers cake. I am so hungry right now. And I have things here that I could prepare that are good, but I'm so hungry that I don't want to wait to prepare them. So I'm going to make a couple salami sandwiches right after this is over. Thank you all very much for your generous donations. That is too kind. You guys are too kind. You're too kind. Let me get to these comments. I'm sure you've got comments. Let's get by these stroke comments, rehabs for the week. Here we go. Toby McGriver says, Dive Talk, scary and interesting, and another fearsome favorites that I recommend, but I'm always happy to find new ones, especially if I've heard the stories before. Weird as that sounds. Yeah. It's just all those stories. What about the one, remember the one with the 4 people that went through the There was like it wasn't like super. They were in this cave, and there was an area of the cave where they had to jump down into some water, swim not that far underneath this thing, and then they would come up on the other side where there was a little landing kind of area. Wasn't much room there where they could stand outside the water, but there's some about this water that gave off these gases and stuff that it wasn't good to be in that place. Anyway, on the way back, when they went on the way back, somehow the first person got stuck and they all drowned down in this, anyway. Why I felt the need to. People saying hi. We do have the most cheerful chat room on the internet, verified by independent sources. Toby, have you seen the internet historian's Man in Cave video? No. Please do. Seriously, I'd watch it. Yeah. I love your jeans. Dang Lizard, maybe, but I'm going to check it out either way now. What's the name of that guy? Am I going to have to? Yeah, why don't I just? Okay, kids. We're going to get through these comments, but first, I am going to unlock the secrets of the internet. Hold on, kids. I'll be right with you. This is going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. It really is going to be worth it. Trust me. Come on now. Come on now. All right. Let's get through these. Take notes. Take notes, Toby. There's one called Extreme Edge that's very good, especially for the mountain climbing. Extreme Edge. Let's see here. That's not Rack TV. I have a lot that are true crime, and they've got some really weird names. Tragedy Tales. Tragedy Tales is good. There's one called Brick Immortar that's pretty good. Brick, Immortar. It's all ships, water stuff. There's one called Mr. Deified, one word, MRDEIFIED. Let's see. There's another one called Mr. Ballen, Mr. MRBALLEN. It's another really good one. Come on now. Oh, that's great. That's really awesome. That's really awesome. That's really awesome. Just locked up my computer. Anyway, there's other ones. Trust me. Let's see. Looks like I'm getting a GoPro. All righty. Enjoy that. I imagine they would have been a stark contrast to the suits that were much more common at jobs. Yeah. Back in the day. But see, back in the day, you only had to have like a couple of suits. Suits were work clothes. I mean, those black and white suits, everybody wore them. So you might have a black suit, a brown suit, and maybe another color suit, and you were done suiting. And by the way, you see those old movies, they didn't require you to be that fancy because you were wearing your suit every day. Hungus Mungus is back in the days when miners were miners. Toby McGrovey says, I'm ashamed to say I wore a pair of extreme jeans, ridiculously baggy, in the late 90s to fit in at a new school. I cringe at those photos. I don't know how I got them, but somebody gave me a pair of elephant bell pants. Elephant bells. You guys know what those are? Elephant bell bottoms? They're the big mod, giant, cover up your whole foot. I don't know what the hell those were for. I think my oldest jeans is about 30 years old, still no holes in it. I still have jeans in there that I just don't throw away because who knows when you got to, crawl under a house or whatever. Hungus, if they don't have holes, how do you put them on? Rumple Trenchcoat says, Toby, if you don't cringe at yourself from years ago, you probably didn't grow much as a person. I'd wanted to slap past me if I smartened up a little. Hey, a lot of that stuff, everybody was doing it. Everybody was wearing those shirts. Everybody was wearing those pants. That's what we were doing. It's not like I made a huge proactive decision to dress that way. Those were the clothes that were available. That's what everybody was wearing. Well, I wasn't that committed. Tough Skins. Yeah. My favorite pair of tough jeans when I was in like 5th and 6th and was a pair of Tough Skins. And that's pretty sad because Tough Skins suck. And still wear saggies like skateboarder from the 90s. Yep. Rumble Trenchcoat, I know exactly what you mean. Being a safe sideliner in my life is devastatingly depressing. Well, it's probably wise. Hey, y'all. Tom's streaming in 1080. I'm coming to you in lustrous, 1080. And incidentally, hopefully you heard that mistake in our improved audio, which nobody said anything about. It's kind of hurtful. And I've just had to beg for compliments on this 1080 thing. I don't think you guys realize the sacrifices I made. Special Forces in Nam use jeans because they don't rot away instantly. Exactly. Stonecrib says, I too am too large for button flies. You know what else? If you ever get like a brand new pair of Wranglers, the brand new kind, like you've been buying pre-washed, pre-faded jeans so long that when you get the brand new, real, rugged, those jeans that can kind of stand up on their own, they're so stiff. And when you get a pair of those for like work or something, you feel like you are wearing a suit of armor. It's like, yeah, these may be rough to wear at first, but by God, ain't nothing denting these. Buttonfly is the equivalent of a particularly tricky bra strap, says Rumple Trenchcoat. You got that right. Toby McGrovey says, Tom, how thoughtful. A case for buttonflies. I hate this. Levi's indigo dye, the reason that the ocean is blue. Pretty much, Stone Crab. Good to see you, Stone Crab, by the way. Rumple Trenchcoat, that is funny. You guys are funny people. After a little faux pas on the toilet, I never got jeans with a zipper again. That's funny. We all heard from the Looney Tunes critic. You must rush over to the Looney Tunes critic YouTube page. Sign up for that sucker. Dude's pretty great. And I have to say, I'm a little resentful, not of the Looney Tunes critic, but of the other people. When the Looney Tunes critic, does his Orson imitation, which is impeccable. And the reason for that is I am a student of old radio, going way, way back. And I know tons of things about Orson Welles that I am positive 99% of the people Looney Tunes critic isn't one of these people. I know he knows all this stuff too. And so I do have a little bit of a snobby, don't laugh at that. You don't know Orson Welles the way I know Orson Welles. Just a little, who cares about the environment? I want to look cool. Damn straight. 46 textile workers died in Turkey. Bob Levy now has their teeth. Terry Nee, your gal's been around for 30 years. You have to have looked cool. Gross. Skin and oil impeded in jeans. This Western self-loathing has to stop. I keep doing this because progressive lenses is why. I need to beat you with my Birkenstock. Oh, boy. How'd your collar stay so nice? Just good, clean living. Scripture every morning. Hungus Mungus says, East Germany, same thing, girl would do anything for jeans. Oh, East Germany. My favorite East German is Hans Ulrich Grappentins, who you don't even know who he is. Kahuna says, I came for the potluck. I brought a Snickers cake. That's hilarious. Thank you, Kahuna. Now I want a Snickers. 4 people during the flood? No, it was this cave they were going through. And they came, they're walking down the cave path, and then there's a part that's water. They got to dive in the water, go under this thing. You come out on the other side. Oh, the enclosed area with the burning candle eating the oxygen up. They got stuck going back because it continued past the upper hole to get back. So they missed it or even got, I think that's it. I like that chapter for true crime. Mr. Ballin is a dog walk regular along with old Opie and oh, cool. The Wolf says, I couldn't really wear jeans because they split down the middle of the front thigh. I did have a pair of Lee jeans that were washed and worn every day until it was soft as silk. It was soft as silk. There's a big market for used jeans. Yes, used jeans you just used to throw away or give to the Salvation Army or whatever. People are using those old used jeans for everything now. Because let's face it, when the ass or the crotch wears out on a pair of jeans, you can mend them, but why? And I know people, there's been people that have built their own homes and use the jeans. They cut them into slivers, use it as insulation and stuff. I mean, there's a huge market for used jeans. Toby McGrovey says, and I mean used still wearable and used just as a material. Probably hard to find jeans that can withstand the stress of lifting up and moving double parked vehicles out of the way. The Wolf's clothes were interesting because he has a tiny waist, giant thighs. So he always wore like pants that like a, like an Arab sword fighter would wear. So, I'm kidding. I think that was my junior year. I wore Lee Biz and a plain white T-shirt. Yep, that was your junior year, all right. The 1080 U.S. tax form? No. What does 501 mean? Anyone know? I don't know. Loves me some Orson Welles. Doesn't everybody? It's so funny. Wolf says, hey, Tom, it looks like the picture is so much better, and it seems like the sound is better, too. You just shining me on, aren't you, boy? Anyway, Kahuna. Toby, I could sit down or stand up without the front leg splitting. David Hasselhoff, tear down the wall with his disco jacket. Hey, Wolf, were you the one that always had to, like, booger glue the hell out of your tennis shoes? Are you always repairing your tennis shoes? Did you wear spot belts? I forget which shoes you wore. I remember those white tennis shoes you were wearing. So cringe. Julian Zeter says, Wolf, You need those Chuck Norris super stretch jeans you can roundhouse kick in. The wolf was hilarious. Yeah, his little thin waist, giant thighs, giant shoulders. And he would wear these jeans that had to be so big to fit his thighs that the bottoms of them were just huge. And so he'd be running with these giant feet with a football and these pants flopping around at the bottom, and his jacket. It's just funny. It's just funny. And I was pretty fast for, and the wolf would be like running around the other end, and I'd start running over towards him. And I'd be thinking, and I'd be running. And I'd be thinking, oh, I'd got him, because he didn't look like he was running very fast. And as I got closer to him, I was like, Jesus Christ, he is moving. Yeah, I mean, it was like, oh, he's gone. I thought I was just going to run over here because he looked like he wasn't running that fast. And then, oh, well, I didn't realize. He may not look like he was running fast. He's gone. Absolutely gone. That's fine. Wolf's jeans look like the Incredible Hulk's clothes after he got angry. I was just going to say that. Wolf is the man. They were, Fred Perry tennis shoes. That's it. Fred Perry. I knew they were an off-brand. I remember one time, me and this other guy were rushing the passer. And for whatever reason, this was a play where the wolf didn't have the ball or wasn't getting the ball or whatever it was. And the wolf just kept pushing the both of us back. He wasn't even blocking us. It was like he would push me like 3 or 4 or 5 feet back, and then he's just standing there and laughing, of course. And then the other guy, we'd push him, and it was just push. Yeah, 9-6 in the 100. I just remember running over there thinking, okay, and then thinking, I'm not going to worry about that. He ran by 4 or 5 other guys. I was on the other side of the field. I shouldn't even been over here. I'm just going to kind of let that go. Much like if somebody was to put my face on Betty Page, I would just let that go. Again, everybody keep a good thought for my good friend SG Fanboy. Haven't heard from him since, I believe, Sunday evening. And if any of you guys rap or whatever, just send him a little shout out of support. The last that I did hear from him, he was going to check himself into a place. So, assuming medical. So when that happens, sometimes they take the phone away for a while. But certainly reach out. Say, hey, man. Thinking of you. But with all that other stuff being said, I'm looking at the old clock on the wall here. And like the Reverend Al Green, I'm going to have to get on up out of here. And, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So, I think the only thing left to say is, till next time. Let's see here. You feel defeated when you're known for being one of the fastest players in your city and someone like Wolf comes along defying sports logic. Haha. Well, I'm not saying I was one of the fastest in my city. I wasn't like track fast. But I was certainly playing a pickup game of touch or tackle football out in the middle of the quad fast. Let's just put it this way. I think Wolf would agree. There weren't many D1 athletes on the field. I mean, compared to a lot of those other guys, I was fast enough but I wasn't super fast. Wolf was super fast. Terry Nee got the old peace sign up. Oh, Terry Nee has once again kept with his philanthropic pace of helping the show out $1 at a time, and we appreciate it. Do appreciate it, Terry. Somebody told me something about Terry the other day. They didn't dox him or anything. I forget what it was. They just had met Terry, and they said he was a really nice guy. So whatever. Good night, heretics. You can't go. Nobody had any Snickers cake. Send it on over here. I'll eat the whole damn thing in one sitting. All right, kids. With all that being said, tomorrow night is overrated, underrated, and till next time. Thanks to everybody who donated. Thank you guys all for supporting me. We'll see you next time.